involved.
Yeah, especially for 100 Thieves, right? They don't want to lose this game. They don't want to go down 0-2, join the Cloud9s of the world. That's really not where you want to be. I mean, obviously they're not there yet, but they are in a double overtime bonanza, or single overtime bonanza. Either way, other games on the other streams, and right now the one you're tuning into is the hot match. It's the lineup, the showdown between EG and 100 Thieves, and it's gone the distance.
The title card.
Yes.
The main
three.
event. Yep, all three maps. We're going to be seeing Nuke here. What will we see is the real question. So far, a lobby positioning here from the setup of 100 Thieves, sending just a player outside.
Ooh. No one wants to battle that PT-50. They hear it rattling off, and they will let him get down lower. Tarek will join the T's down lower as he drops from the ramp room, playing safe. I like that. Breaks the window, goes into the dark room. They're not going to expect this. They're trying to chase him down in that window room, and he's in a good position to get only one here. That will open up the chance for a plant, and the rotation's coming in from the ramp as a lobby aggressive round for EG. They're going to be hard flanking with 4.
Yeah, Grass Faction is immediately mopped up. Breezy and Stan coming with a killer piece. Jacob, JKS, the double J's left in this one. And Jacob, he gets shut down. And holy smokes, everyone falls here. The J's are gone, and EG, they will find the pistol round on the board. Gonna go 1-0 up with 4 players surviving and a team ace to kickstart Nuke. I imagine they're pretty eager to turn this one around as fast as they can and start to send a bit of a message that there won't be any more freebies here on behalf of Stan and the boys.
But hey, you talk about freebies. I mean, when you look at 100 Thieves on this map, right, like they, in both of the last times they faced EG, have won Nuke. So while that is the start that EG needed, and it's definitely put them off on good footing as they buy up heavy rifles in round number 2, not playing around. There is always that in the back of your mind that, that 100 Thieves do like a bit of Nuke here and there. So let's see if they can right their wrongs with the eco outside. It's going to be Deagles. That's it. Bomb plant allows for a bit of investment here as they wait for guns in the third. Stan covering the main cross. You've got Cirque hanging around outside as well. Lots of players here containing the yard. Does leave topside very open, but luckily no one capitalizing on that for 100 Thieves. They are all outside. It's a sweaty crossfire.
Yeah, it really is. Jacob's trying to spam through the hut roof. Or main roof, rather. Pretty optimistic. And that's the thing. For 100 Thieves, right, they get the bomb plant in the pistol. They get the money from it. This round here, where they've only got Deags, they made the decision to not go for a buy, like a lot of teams do. So they have an investment in the next. So for this round, they can take it slow. They can just look to do damage. And if they're able to get a bomb plant as a little extra bit on top, then that's fantastic. And now with this kill coming in from Azza, the B site just might be open for business. This is not a round that 100 Thieves should be picking up, and yet it just might be. Azza with a triple, doesn't have armor, only had a Deag at the start of this round, and now he delivers a bomb plant as well. This is a very good round for 100 Thieves, and a bit of a rough one for EG.
Yeah. The reason that's so surprising is 100 Thieves never saw those crossfires, never saw the 3 players in yard that were watching, you know, for them to take that main control, for them to wrap hell. So 100 Thieves just, after hanging around for about 40 seconds outside, they go, okay, let's rush B. And they really take rush to the next level. They just W down. Ethan drops vents because he hears, or Stan hears him from the garage. But I don't think Ethan was ready for how deep 100 Thieves had gotten. That's because they just don't let go of that forward button and clean up the B site. No survivors, apart from the 2 that saved. They avoided gunfights for this round, and they'll get their guns in the third. But, well, so will 100 Thieves. They were eco. They were going to have a 4-buy regardless, and now it's going to be even better. Of course, EG force into this one. They're going to try and bite back, but with far less to work with. The case of winning the second round, again, paying off more than winning the pistol.
JKS gets down. And this is... Oh, leaning on my mic button there. Kind of nailed that one, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
But JKS, look, man. Everyone saw what he did. He got down the vent. I didn't even need to say it, because here he is. Down the vent. in the B site. Outside control taken. for 100 Thieves, and they'll start to slip and slide their way down into Secret. Stanislaw.
Oh my
Timing on
goodness.
that could not have been sweeter. A temporary break in the fire, and 100 Thieves decide to run the gauntlet then and there, and they might wish they didn't. This now becomes a bit of a tricky round with so many players tagged up. Tarek holding this crossfire will be good for one. The trade comes in. Ethan dropped as well, and this B site almost open, but not quite. You've got to get past Stanislaw, and he will deal with Liaz, leaving us into a 3-on-3 as this bomb plant not able to be found just yet. Cirque is back to back. Oh, this is a bit of a weird one. There's a bit of a weird one. Azza right behind him, but he doesn't know. Neither one knows. Oh, there it is. Azza will get it eventually, and now back into this 2-on-2. Make that a 1v2 as all the responsibility in this round falls to Azza with this M4, and he's not able to stand tall. EG, they're going to actually steal a force buy round straight back. So these force buy wars are off and showing no signs of stopping.
And why would you, you know? Keep on buying on.
And they will. No ops in play, obviously. Low economy on both sides, at least in the reserves. Liaz, oh, maybe not a live round here.
Smells like a match medic coming in.
Yeah, certainly seems that way.
This is generally how this happens. And just to clarify, if there's no damage done in the round, a match medic is okay.
Yeah,
you know, these things happen considering, you know, that we're still dealing with technology, and we always will. So, just a little hiccup. But we are back on with regularly scheduled programming, it seems.
I'm liking these fast lower takes for 100 Thieves. Very aggressive stuff. Doesn't quite work out in the long run, but gets them into the site. Doesn't get them out of danger, though. Money reset. And all things considered, things are okay for 100 Thieves. They can buy it pretty well. Saw their investments just a second ago. Everyone was armed apart from Liaz. So that's fine.
Everything's fine. It's all under control, Hugo.
Man, the scenic sides of Nuke.
Yeah, let's go out and see the water. Thank you, Bastion. Just get us out here into a very tranquil and
we'll get the heavy machinery sign out.
I think it's like toxic waste sign actually is. But anyway, this is nice. Now everybody, let's just kind of take in this happy accident. And everybody breathe with me. 1, 2, 3. That felt good, didn't it? Good job, everybody.
Oh man, that was actually really nice. You know, this is very tranquil. This is very.
Yeah, you can head over to Trace's Twitter, check out his ASMR YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He's got loads of those.
Hugo, you have quite a good, like, smooth radio voice when you give it a go. Do you want to give us some nice, like, tranquil...
Hey, you're watching 97.5 WABB here. Thank you for calling in. This is Delilah in the morning. Wow, Hugo, you're really good at that.
Yeah, my accent is actually
Hugo, man,
crazy. Sounds like I'm from Alabama.
Show off your one.
I don't know what, Harry, I can't just pull it out of nowhere. Nothing to say. It's just water.
Well, exactly. That's the challenge with, being on one of these shows, isn't it?
Talking.
It is just water, isn't it? But, sometimes you have to find something to say about it. But
well, here we
let's
go.
see what's going on over here. Triumph versus Gen G going toe-to-toe and blow for blow. And right now, Gen G are the ones dealing the heavy hitters as Triumph find themselves on the back foot. That game there is looking a lot like the game that we just saw between EG and 100 Thieves over on Inferno, with a very, very one-sided affair from the Gen G squad. We're just waiting for this little tech pause to draw to a close. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm going to mouth my way through this because I don't know how long we have left. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is a third and final map in this series. Of course, we have it split thus far with 100 Thieves taking Inferno just moments ago in a very, very dominant fashion. But EG started the day with a convincing performance back on Dust 2. They chained together a bunch of rounds. It was very odd. It was very weird. Lots of saving. And now here on Nuke, it is back and forth. They are at each other's throats. It's force buy after force buy. And that time camera is on the screen again, which means this game is about to get on the way. We got 10 seconds left. Trace and Hugo, you guys can chime in now, because I felt like I just did a lot of the talking.
Yes, take a breath, a much-needed breather. We're going to be jumping back into this pistol, or it's not even a pistol round, really, but it does look like things are going to be jumping off in a sped-fast fashion. That's going to be the 100 Thieves with some utility and some aggression here outside in the form of Azur. Now the rest of the team is going to look towards this lobby. We start to slow things down again.
Especially with that smoke, that will definitely stop this squeaky play for the moment. Although you can always try and crawl through that and get a bit of an angle towards the vents. Right now, 100 Thieves aren't tempted. They're going to walk into the ramp room instead. Liaz leading the charge with the low economy. And Ethan's actually dead. JKS smoke spams him into that A site. So that's a big kill on the top site. That's going to weaken things as 100 Thieves set up for a lower take here, you can imagine, with everyone committing to ramp. Tarek, oh dear, he's going to get saved. Cirque dropping Liaz from hell and gets to back on. Tarek re-aggresses, but only for damage. Whiff spray leaves Azur on the red, or in the red rather, and in the B site as 100 Thieves going to plant with a man advantage.
And with that kill, it's starting to smell like a tie game.
Yeah, man, these Force by Wars have been brutal, and it's a new round, and you were hoping for a new outcome, but the Force Spies continue to prevail for either side, 2-2. Once again, going to be another investment from EG. You just keep this back and forth going until one of you wins 2 in a row.
And then you unlock. I'm kidding, you don't unlock anything.
No, but I tell you what, it kind of does feel like you unlock like a couple of free rounds, and that's like the reward at the end of this. Now, one thing I will say, it's a lot more viable for this T side of 100 Thieves to keep these Force by Wars going, and that is for 2 reasons. Number 1, they're over on the T side. Number 2, they won that second round, so it was them with that slightly inflated loss bonus to begin with on the back of losing the pistol, which EG picked up. On top of that, for EG, CT side Force buying is a lot more expensive, and you don't get little bonuses in the form of things like the bomb plant. So it's going to be a lot harder for EG to keep this as competitive and as kind of well-armed as the 100 Thieves side the longer this goes on and the longer this back and forth continues. You'll already see this Force buy in this round from EG looks very, very weak in comparison to what 100 Thieves were able to bring to the table. Now, that all rhymed. I'm going to put a stop to that. So Breezy down here towards outside is looking for the opener, but instead, it's going to be Cirque to get that first man. Now, what they're hoping is this is going to pull 100 Thieves into the yard. Maybe they don't check Breezy, but they do. Now, Stan is hoping to get this trade, and he goes down. What you've seen now is that an M4 player and a Deeg player are both gone, but Cirque, the man who killed you earlier, is still very much alive. So they know he's here somewhere. Don't really know where Ethan killed that guy through. It was a bit of a wallbang there.
It's the corner.
Of the red box, yeah. Gratisfaction gets the trade, doesn't matter. Tarek's on a wraparound from behind. There is still a timing in which he can do damage. There was a player holding on to Squeaky Door this whole time.
No!
Oh,
Yes.
It's not as clean as you would have liked, but there's still a chance. Tarek now with an AK. JKS is scratching his head. How did he get past me? How did he get on top of the roof? And now this leaves Gratisfaction all alone to try and hold the firing line. Tarek still keeping him preoccupied. JKS has gone on a long wrap up towards heaven. And so they do deal with Tarek. They play that very, very well. They don't give Tarek a 1v1. Gratisfaction's just jiggling, and JKS sneaks up above. Him firing doesn't even connect with Tarek. It just scares him to have to check behind. He's anticipating that JKS is already there. And so as that happens, Grat gets the kill, and these Force by Wars are won out by 100 Thieves.
And Grat's keeping up his performance from Inferno, right? 4 kills in that round. Big impact from him as he puts 100 Thieves back on the board and breaks the money of EG. They are on nothing. Zilch, 0. Dunzo, it's an eco. And 100 Thieves look to make it a quick affair. Grat spotting towards Mini, but only a player on top of the hut does drop instead. 100 Thieves have yard. All over it last round, and EG just go, okay, they can have it. We'll play for the sites, right? Ooh. Surprise, peekaboo at the door. Molotov is good though, and Grat's going to hit the headshot. Now the lobby crunch, but there's 2 players door side. They line up, and Cirque and Tarek both get a kill. That's a big impact on an eco round. And guns gifted over that could make things very difficult for 100 Thieves. But Jacob, he's coming from main, and he is locking this round down. Cirque is dropping down into the depths below, and that's where Liaz waits with his first kill. Still a gun here for Tarek.
Yeah, but with vent control held and Jacob just floating around towards outside, he dies the moment he tries to get down towards this B site, surely. Jacob has just rotated away to go and help out, and that's because they don't know where Tarek is, right? They might anticipate that he was over in the lobby, and then that leaves the potential of a ramp flank to come through. Tarek, I think, now realizing that this round's too far gone and that no one's going to give him a fight, so the best he can do is hold on to this AK. And he should get away with it, right? 100 Thieves aren't really in a position where they can look to hunt too heavily. I know the money's fine and they can still buy, but at this point, you want to focus to the future, right? It's still very, very early in this half. EG are buying regardless of if they save this AK or not. So, yeah, probably just going to see these three players elect to stay alive. Won't even bother going looking for Tarek. And this is going to be 100 Thieves, 4 and 2 up, but an investment coming in the next round for EG.
All going to plan. And not just for the Thieves, but for Cloud9 too. They've managed to take the second map of the series in overtime and head to Inferno up against August. Inferno, where every good best of 3 ends, and it is as well over on the C stream with Gen.G and Triumph taking a bit of a fight there as well. So, lots of Counter-Strike tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of Counter-Strike over the next month, Trace. Potentially 526 maps of play in the road to Rio.
Let me tell you why that is, Hugo.
Yeah.
Because Counter-Strike is forever.
Yeah,
Counter-Strike is eternal, and none of you can convince me otherwise.
20 years deep, we're just getting started.
We're only halfway up, or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, timeout's going to come to a close. We're going to get back into the action here. 100 Thieves running the show. Perhaps they could continue on with that episode they were working on called DE_Inferno. That was, of course, the last map.
Well, Harry poised this game as the Battle of the Orbs, and obviously it's been a lot of force buys early on, so we haven't really had many of them. But Cirque is finally going to be donning that weapon on the CT side. Where will he take it? Ramp room. Can either fight ramp or just throw the smoke and drop B, try and fight secret to that outside area. Good reaction from EG rather than playing for that heavy outside control. Stan instead stopping across towards Mini or towards Hell. Ethan just needs to remain aware of both the door and the main. So that's the difficulty with Nuke. A lot of coordination needed on that CT side, knowing what is being covered when, and when your back is open, and having your teammates there in time. Cirque is hanging around lower, just checking for a potential vent drop earlier on in the round, but the secret has been cleared out. So that's good info now for EG. They know everyone's on the top site, and Cirque can come up from lower and try and fight outside. That's where these Thieves are going late with the smokes as well.
Oh, Cirque, there we go right now in this position, and the Molotov's going to fade. That's when he'll look to take his peek, and he does remove Azza from the equation. The nade not actually going to find the damage onto Grat they were hoping for, but as the 100 Thieves continue to seep in towards outside, the kills continue to come through in favor of EG. There's still a man advantage residing with this CT side. They're 4 on 5, maybe about to get sweeter. Tarek actually fluffs that shot there onto the man in main, and Liaz now is aware of the CT presence that EG currently hold. Now, with a man in CT, you see some teams will really dedicate towards chasing this one kill down, knowing that he's pretty much all alone and won't have anyone nearby to help out. Instead, they keep him back in CT, and that's because there's 20 seconds left. You don't have time to hunt. You've got to go down to B. You've got to get a move on 100 Thieves if they want to have any chance of stealing the grand prize that is this round away from EG.
But it's a full retake. EG know it. They've just cleared the lobby, and they have no one on that B bomb site. It's fine with the man advantage. They can afford to go back in late, but things could get problematic with Gratisfaction finding the first. The trade does not come through, and he's able to escape with 13 points of health. Ethan as well is also low, so EG, they haven't got this one for a guarantee by any means of the word. Only one kit on Breezy and not much utility to commit. Good spray from Liaz, doubling up on the site, and he can just play the bomb here. Breezy is stuck on his own in a 1-on-2. He knows that one man's close, but getting peeked from the left side, the doors are open. He considered it, but he weren't to know. 100 Thieves, 5 rounds on this T side, really putting up a fight here in the first half.
Good looks here from the 100 Thieves. They bring it back.
And that's the thing, it's important to remember, right? Even though we're 8 rounds into this game now, that was the first rifle-on-rifle round, right? It has just been forced by wars back and forth into this game, and then those anti-eco conversion rounds that 100 Thieves got on the back of winning those out. So that first rifle buy was where EG were hoping to bring the heat, and that's eluded them. Now, what does this mean for them? Well, they've had to go down to pistols. So this can be 100 Thieves continuing to build upon this lead in a pretty easy fashion as long as they can deal with the lobby crunch. And they can. Gratisfaction, one crunchy nutcase as he shuts that one down. 100 Thieves, 6-2.
Grat-a-tat-tat.
Grat-a-tap-tap. Let's watch it again. It was so beautiful. There it is. There it is. All the eeks.
Haha, grat-go-tat-tat-tat. What's that? What's that meme format? Something like that.
Never heard it, so it's probably not a real meme.
What
You probably
memes?
made that up. Yeah. What are memes?
Never heard of them. Fast door play maybe, but only the smoke, only the standard setup. Cirque getting tagged early. Oh, he does not get out alive. Playing close towards a vent, and he's removed from the round. The spam through the hut from Liaz does a lot of damage, about 70, before Grat finishes off the job through the smoke. It's good work. 100 Thieves add it to the trophy cabinet. Another man advantage to sit back and enjoy. And definitely one of the more crucial players to remove as well.
Oh, yeah.
The only man who's really been finding these opening jewels has been Cirque and Tarek, the only players with an opening jewel to their name, 2-0 on either of them. Ethan is 0-4 in that sense. So there have been problems here for EG. Tarek is going to give them ramp room, playing passive, playing committed. He's fighting for his life here as they take control.
Ooh, Tarek. Will going. Oh, he's giving it all up. He gave it all away with that little spray, and Stan next on the chopping block. And they call it that for a reason. It's a block where you chop, and that's what happens to Stan. Pretty much does what it says on the tin. Breezy.
Block chopped.
Pretty much. Breezy and Ethan. They're going to save. They're going to try and hold on to these guns. But a 7-2 lead for 100 Thieves and a flawless rifle-on-rifle round here. This is such a convincing T side already. It's hard to imagine a world in which it starts to go wrong if 100 Thieves can keep this up. Because now EG are in this horrible, horrible spot, which is made even worse by the back and forth early nature of these force buys early on, where they lose a round, and even with the max loss bonus, because they're CT side, the best they can kind of muster is these partial investments. Or you have players save, and you constantly have buys, but you're going to be missing the bulk of utility on the back of them. So I imagine it'll just be a partial investment. Maybe not though for EG, right? Because maybe they're feeling the pressure. I certainly would be. You know, you're 7-2 down in the deciding map. So they might look to buy here, but that's definitely going to hamstring them in the actual mid-round where you do rely pretty heavily on this utility.
It's gone swimmingly. Gratisfaction off to the races at 13-4. Having a good old time.
Cirque's on this orb. Let's hope he can actually, you know, play into this round, not get shot through a wall or a smoke or both. Tarek, he's looking to push the perimeter, and Ethan, same story, but not to the best of, well, cases. Neither for Tarek. Both of them removed very early into this round, and 100 Thieves loud down towards B.
Yeah, Stan hears all of that. He gets all of that information. And while there are only 3 players alive for Evil Geniuses, that's going to help a lot. And so will that. Breeze finding a frag on the JKS. Starting to even them up just a little bit.
Ooh.
And Cirque landing a wallbang on the Lias through the doors on the left, the double doors, that is.
Just
so bomb planted, easy peasy.
Yeah, just still stuck, right? Like 3-on-4, even with that kill on the top site, getting rid of the lurk. What can you even do here if you're EG? You know, you lose any of these fights and the round's done. You need everyone staying alive.
Well, not to mention, the only avenue that's open in any sense is really ramp, right? There's so many crossfires to deal with. Stanislaw in from Secret. Gratisfaction is able to mop up Cirque on the opener. And now for Breezy, the best he can do is try and get away with the AK, and he doesn't even manage that. So 100 Thieves, 8-2. This is an incredibly dominant half from the 100 Thieves. They've kept that momentum from Inferno. They've kept that fire burning, and they've brought it into the realm of Nuke. Gratisfaction continuing to impress us. You know, leading into this, we kind of pegged it as the battle between Grat and Cirque, and Grat is continuing to win that out. And with it, 100 Thieves are finding bulks of success now. It's a partial investment from EG, that same economy problem rearing its ugly head once again. And 100 Thieves, they just go back to basics. They're going to hold early on, knowing that the pressure isn't really on them anymore. At least not for this round.
No. We've seen a lot of these lobby crunches from EG on the CT side. They are setting up for what seems to be that again, at least with close positions, right? They don't even have to commit. They can wait, but, you know, if they want to, it's an option. Cirque's pushed inside of the hut. Got players nearby the door and the radio, even fully clears that play. Tarek is in, and look how ready Liaz is. Look how poised 100 Thieves are for this exact setup, and they are making it very, very easy indeed. Pistols out for JKS, eventually overwhelmed, and Tarek, the man always finding AKs around on the ground, is making this round look doable. Oh, for a second. And in another second, it gets flipped back on its head, and 100 Thieves restore control.
I want to know how many hits Tarek took in that round.
Yeah,
because
probably
it seemed like about 100K thousand.
That's, yeah, 100 million. That's a lot of hits. I mean, yeah, you can see how ready 100 Thieves were for that, right? Like a player tucked behind boxes in Squeaky, a player back in lobby holding hut. You're just walking into the best setup possible. So even though, you know, EG get a couple of kills, it was by design. 100 Thieves wanted that to happen. They wanted them to push them, and they get what they want. Double AWP now for EG. Will this be the solution?
Tarek and Breezy bringing them into the fray. So let's see if this is going to be some problem solved for EG. Tarek has his over towards ramp, while Cirque is using his one outside. And it's the outside AWP that could get a bit of action in this round, it feels like. 100 Thieves are setting up over here towards this side of the map early on. But they've slowed right down and aren't looking to give anything over just yet. Really delaying any move. Now the outside smoke's coming on in. This will get thrown down. One of the benefits of doing them a bit later in the round is that if you're going to try and drop a molly or something to stop those smokes, it's a lot harder. You have to do it as they're coming on in.
Yeah, and there's only so long you can hang out up there if you're Cirque before things start to get a little awky. And that he's going to actually take down Gratisfaction.
Hello.
Liaz also take out Jacob. It's a third Azure.
Oh my goodness.
What a shot. Holy smokes. He single-handedly stopped this 100 Thief side outside. Good grief.
That's unbelievable.
And that might just be enough to breathe a little bit of air into these evil geniuses. My, oh my, what a showing from Cirque.
Well, we wondered if the double AWP would be the solution. Certainly seems like it. Finds all 5 kills in that round. And Tarek's even going to trade his out, but look at these shots. Bang, the third one, though.
This was ridiculous.
Oh my God. What do you even do against that? They all try their best.
Wow.
But your best is not good enough in the presence of the god that is Cirque. 3 rounds on the board for EG. And we want to see a bit more of that for them to keep this up. Now, I think something that's important to note is that Tarek actually trades that double AWP out.
Yeah.
He goes on to the AK. Meanwhile, we got August versus Cloud9 going on, and you can see that Cloud9 are up in that one. But this tactical pause drawing to a close. 100 Thieves, they want to try and right their wrongs. They're not happy with any resurgences here from EG. Because the last thing you want if you're 100 Thieves is to be 9-2 up, have this commanding lead, and then allow EG to start to worm their way back into this game, right? Because a 6-9 scoreline, that's something that can be recovered. But if you just keep battering them, if you 12-3 the half again, as we saw back on Inferno, that just doesn't leave you with enough room. No margin for error.
On CT side as well, of all halves, right? Like, this is a CT-sided map. Of course, the game is a little T-sided right now. And, you know, even with the Krieg nerfed, that's still the case. But this is an incredible half.
Yeah, and I just can't stop replaying Cirque in my mind right there. That's just wild scenes.
Yeah.
Good stuff from the Bulgarian.
Had some great AWPing clips here.
Yeah, just this week.
Yeah. Well, they have a man down vents, and that has been heard by EG. It was a loud drop down the ladder, so there are 2 players lower already. Tarek has begun his rotation alongside Stan. Also, EG poised for this position, but of course, 100 Thieves, at a moment's notice, can bail back up the vents. They can hit top site from outside if they want. Always a risk. But right now, EG have cleared out the lobby, so as far as they're concerned, their B stack is making a lot of sense, and that's why Cirque is going down to join them.
100 Thieves, they've got a pretty big task if they want to commit to B right now. 3 players lying in wait to shut this one down. Stan being one of them. Tarek inside of the site. They have a bit of an ability to play off of each other here. That crossfire comes in and Tarek lights up the server. It's his time to shine as he puts 4 on the board, both in that round and as a round total for EG. 4-9 as that one comes on in. Tarek and Stan, that crossfire prevails. And it's all thanks to that little hole getting shot in the door accidentally while that fight was going down.
He finds 2 through it. You'll take that every day of the week.
We're starting to close out on this half of play. 100 Thieves, well, they were running the show here for a bit. Now it looks like the Evil Geniuses want to get back into it. They want to show some face here in this third and final map. Gratisfaction starting the round off in the right way by eliminating Cirque. That certainly helps the odds of the 100 Thieves.
I love this call. They have so much money that Grat actually shuffled an AK, or Lias shuffled an AK for Grat outside. So Grat gets that pick and then he trades out to an AK-47, allowing them to play faster rounds and, of course, not be hamstrung by that orb. Breezy, good position. He's going to hear a lot here. The bomb could get dropped, but Lias, massive frag, keeps that under his clutches and gets control down towards that ramp room. It's a topside play for Jacob, but that's not where the bomb is going. It can flank Heaven if they want, but right now they've spotted a player top, so they're just going to drop below into the hands of Stan, and he gets spotted very early on, gets away with 1, which is impressive enough, but nothing more means Tarek is alone and left in a clutch. He runs a molly, and he can stop the bomb planter here, but nice reaction from Lias. Big round from him, tucks in the corner, gets off that plant, and most importantly realizes that he's not got any teammates to cover him, so wins that fight. Puts 100 Thieves up on double digits at the, well, I say end of the first half, but this round will be the decider of that. At least EG have money to play with.
Yeah. Wild. Last round of the half. And we look towards the last half of the series. It's all the way to Nuke, but we're getting our show so far.
Oh, it looked like they wanted to try a bit of a change of pace, and I don't know, maybe JKS was going to run the gauntlet into the A site, maybe he was going to try and vent dive, but it still looks like it's going to be an attempt at a fast A play here from 100 Thieves. Jacob opens up, but Breezy has got his tap shoes on, he's dancing around this bomb site, and tap for Breezy as he deals with 2. JKS and Azza, they do get down the vents and into the B side of the map. These 2 now, not alone, I guess, 2-on-3, but bomb found for Azza, he's going to tap it in. And this is where their years of experience together has to shine through for Azza and JKS. Cirque is over here at the ramp already. And JKS deals with both players. They get delivered to him on a silver platter down through the vents. Cirque now alone, but this man has delivered some miracles today. Not now, as Azza bests him. And that is an 11-4 half in favor of 100 Thieves. EG, they have not set themselves up with an easy task if they want this comeback to happen. Can they get it done? Or will 100 Thieves take the series? Find out in a minute.
You got a voice, then you better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh.
pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. It's just I never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second. It's just you never talk, I never listen. When do we fall in love? Make up your mind, honey, 'cause I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't.
Well, it's time to start. And where are your parents? Because they need to be watching this too. We need to talk a little bit about the game at hand. Just a few seconds here before we kick off this second half of play between the 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses. That gives us just a little bit of time to catch you up to speed as to what's going on the other streams. Now, this Gen G and Triumph game has kind of gone the distance here. It's gone to 3 maps, but Gen G are looking to close it out 14-7 currently over on Inferno. Again, that is the 3rd map against Triumph. So, what do we have going on the other side of things, Hugo?
Cloud9, Augulus, also in a 3rd map trace. It's 7-2 up for Cloud9 CT side on Inferno. So I thought they were going to, get 0-2'd here, or get 2-0'd rather, both in the series and in the group. But they managed to pull it back in an overtime bonanza against Augulus and close that one out on Overpass. Really going the distance trace. All our games are tonight, and that's what we like here at the Road to Rio.
That is absolutely true. The SL1 Road to Rio. Now, you might be wondering, well, why are we going to Rio? What's going on down there? Harry, Hugo, what's going on in Rio?
A major, man. November. Rescheduled, pushed back until a later date when everyone can attend, and hopefully all is well. Of course, this is the first of 3 qualifiers, I guess you could say, replacing the minor circuit that many people would know if they do follow the Counter-Strike major scene. So over the next few months, there are going to be 3 of these online events run, and as we go into each one closer to the major gets more and more important in terms of points gained towards the major. So, all looking to qualify here. Every game counts.
And if you are the 100 Thieves, you're looking to qualify. No? Oh, sorry, guys. Are you okay, Harry?
Yeah, it was a very wheezy laugh. I really had to give that my all, and now I feel drained and probably won't say anything for the rest of the game.
Well, we're into the pistol round. Thanks for your commentary. We'll get back to you after the matchup. It's going to be a fast vent dive for EG with the Glocks. JKS is already lower, though. They might not be ready for such a deep position. And nope, they're not. He drops a bomb. Oh, it's messy. And the trade is in for Breezy, luckily enough on the P250. Can just stick the plant. Doesn't need to fight Gratisfaction if he wants to get that bomb under control. But right now, the rotations are coming through, and maybe they regret not sticking the plant. Breezy actually finds 2 kills, so I guess not. But he's going to get overwhelmed here in the post-plant as they come through the window and the doors. His teammate late to the ramp room. Breezy trying to find sanctuary, trying to find safety inside of this site.
Yeah, he's looking for sanctuary right now. As you say, Hugo, Stanislaw and him almost doing a bit of a slow dance in the dark right now. Azza and Jacob have got to try and degrade this one. They do deal with the first man. Stanislaw now at ramp, and he's looking to hold the line, but he doesn't have armor, only armed with the P250. They're on the bomb, but they do have to stick it. Jacob is not available to Stanislaw, and he's only just seen him now, not able to land it. He lines it up, but the shot not fired off. 100 Thieves, they get the pistol round in the bag, and they go 12-4 up. Now, are we going to see these 4 spy wars rear their head? Breezy, I don't think he's got loads of money here, but like an unusual amount of money.
3 kills and a bomb plant.
Okay, I guess with the 3 kills, that makes sense.
We're going to run the numbers here for Mr. Sean Kawhi. Now, you might know him as Gratisfaction, or the one with the mustache. You see that beautiful stash on his face. You can also take a look at his numbers. This is a guy that's had a huge impact on the map of Nuke, and overall really showing some face here for the side of the 100 Thieves.
Well, yeah, that 4K on Breezy does work out in the short term, right? Like, he's going to get an AK regardless of what his team does here. And at this kind of scoreline, yeah, you definitely want a hero rifle into this round as a good cover. And Breezy, good kills on the P250, but ultimately not enough for EG to take the pistol. The pistol is often where they find so much of their success, but Not here, not today. And Stan is out of this round already. Liaz dropping him with the MP9. There is a trade from the AK, but it gets put down very low. Breezy on 17 now. Does give guns over as he's found 2 kills, but past that point, it's going to be very hard to convert this round with armorless Thieves. Liaz needs to get out of dodge, and he does hold on to the A site. As a spraying, drops both, and Ethan comes in late for the trade. A chance at a 1-on-2 here, but the bomb is back in spawn.
Indeed. Ethan by himself with a minute on the clock. He's going to look to grab the bomb. Liaz and JKS really don't have to overextend here, and so they're not. They're just going to set up shop and just wait for where Ethan goes.
Oh, there's a chance that maybe he discovers Liaz. Such a shame, man. Yeah. Gets dinked on the first bullet, sends his aim flying, and then Liaz finishes the job, despite being very, very low on health. 13-4. And an investment back in from EG. Now, rifles out aplenty. Breezy doesn't have head armor. That's like the only kind of downside here. Obviously running up against these M4s, these Phalluses, this MP9. Does leave him a bit squishy, but that's why he's only got the Galil.
Yeah, and you know, I don't want to harp on anybody here, but I do have to state the facts. Ethan not having a good go at it. Currently 0-6 in opening duels and 3-13. So not really the Ethan that we know to see.
Yeah, and it's such a shame, right? Because we kind of like talk about how it feels like a few of these EG players are like, I use the term wild card a lot, but like, you know, essentially what I'm saying is it's like, you know, that they're a bit inconsistent right now, and when they're showing up, you really feel their presence in the server, and when they're not, you know,
feel that too.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, Ethan, I think, is one of them, and it's a real shame that after playing good Counter-Strike all day, coming into Nuke, it does seem like he's struggling a bit. And then, you know, you kind of run alongside that Breezy is often the consistent guy for this EG squad. Well, he's also, or at least also was struggling, kind of down within the similar realm of Ethan for a while there. If he can turn it around, if he can join Cirque and Tarek up towards the top of the board, then maybe EG can make this competitive. Yeah, in this round, they found an opener onto Jacob, but Gratisfaction is able to put us back into a 4-on-4. In the blink of an eye, actually, it's all in favor of 100 Thieves, thanks to Liaz just sniping one out of the equation. So what's the response now from EG? A man down and very limited control on the map. They'll try and get in through Mini, but look at this adjustment from Gratisfaction. Stan will catch him off guard. The timing on that jump, not ideal. Azza now with the MP9 to try and solo hold this A bomb site. He just about gets
awkward.
1 point of health. He gets away, and oh no, Ethan now is in the clutch. He's got to step up. He only had a handful of kills coming into this round, and now more than ever, Azza, 1 point of health. Ethan with 10, and he's wrapping around from behind. Ethan now clearing, and Azza drops him. The round goes the way of 100 Thieves. Azza's MP9 delivers, and with 1 point of health, he gets that clutch and a 14th round on the board for this CT side.
Just a single extra bullet on that spam through the hut would have won the round. It would have won the round
1
for
HP.
EG. A single bullet, but Azza, he just sneaks out. He gets through the lobby and he wraps door in such a fast fashion that Ethan wasn't ready for him to be round the left side. Good play from Azza. It's going to put 100 Thieves at 14, 2 away from closing this series. It's crazy how dominant these last 2 maps have been in their favor, considering they got, you know, kind of owned on Dust, right? They pulled a few rounds back in that second half, but other than that, 16-10 in the favor of EG, and oh, how the tables have turned. They are about to get 2-1 here. Anything left in the tank for EG, we'll have to wait and see. It's a rifle round, and it's a fast one as well. Ethan finding an opening kill. Jacob spraying away, does get the trade at least. Ethan's out of the round, and Azza just tapping back with the AK, dropping 2. No one gets down lower here in the form of EG. They might have to go ramp instead. Stan seems to be peering through that position, but the bomb's been left. The bomb's been lost towards a secret, and Azza knows it fully. 100 Thieves has surrounded this package, just a couple of kills away from locking in magic number 15. EG, they've slowed it down. They're waiting somewhat. And unfortunately for them, because of how this bomb is poised, 100 Thieves aren't going to be giving them kills. They aren't going to be hunting. They can just wait.
Yeah, Stan and Breezy are going to look for a way to try and play this together, but it's really kind of hinging on someone in Garage giving Stanislaw a pick, right? And just diverting the attention away from main and give Breezy a bit of room to work with. Now, whether or not that's going to happen, there's really no reason for it to happen, right? It's going to very much rely on Azza over facing, and there he is taking a peek into Stan. This bomb still maintained for 100 Thieves. Breezy now has his eyes on the prize. He sees that bomb. He sees it. He wants it. It's going to be his, unless Liaz can put a stop to it. This is his precious, maybe. It's a bit of a... Uh-oh, timing's not great on that smoke. And now he hears him trying to run away. 15 seconds. There's just no time. It's done. That's it. The round's over. Stan can't do anything. Try as he might. Doesn't even want to go down after time, so he just has to run away. 15-4. Not the most exciting of ways to grab a match in series point, but a great demonstration of restraint and just playing around the bomb by 100 Thieves, right, in order to get a 15th on the board. Stellar double from Azza as well, obviously, and yeah, tactical, or maybe technical pause cooled on into round number 20. I hear a lot of typing. I hear a lot of words being exchanged.
Whole lot of things being typed out. Whole lot of words, a lot of text. It's probably moving so fast that you won't even know what they're saying. Azza and his statistics loaded up. Obviously, one of the leader figures over there at the side of 100 Thieves, and he's done a damn good job in this series, all things considered. They dropped the first map, and then subsequently run around on the second two and do whatever they want. It's been a good look from the 100 Thieves.
Well, it's a GG round, Trace. It's could be all done here and now. Time to find out. Jacob, nice little gap on the edge of the smoke. Finds Stan pushing yard. It's going to be an advantage. Furthered, bomb dropped, and they're just going to force the issue. They're just going to push this position as they have these two Ts trapped outside, and they are the last two Ts in this series. It might just be done. Tarek looking to try and fight back, but Jacob is still here in the smoke. Oh dear, they're spamming, but he's still going to get through it. He might just full-on walk this smoke, and yeah, catching them during a reload, but the spray is bad, and Ethan is going to be able to get revenge. The grenade should end this series, though, and Azza looks to do exactly that. Locking in this round is JKS instead, and that's going to be it, done and dusted. 2-1. 100 Thieves are going to take this series in a storming fashion. We're going to be throwing it to a break. We'll be back with a breakdown in just a minute. Join us for the desk.